Hey there, I just wanted to do a quick video, kind of a tutorial on e-collars. I talk a lot about how my dog is fully e-collar trained. She can be off-leash, and I just wanted to do this video to kind of explain how the e-collar works, which one I use, the benefits, kind of the features, that sort of thing. I do feel it is important to use e-collars. They're not evil. A lot of people say they are, but it just gives your dog the freedom to be off leash, gives you a sense of control, to have your dog kind of at your fingertips at a distance, which is nice. You know, dogs are still dogs. As much as you think your dog will listen, there are instances in which they're not going to. They're going to find something better than that treat in your hand, better than you just saying come. And we've even had that scenario. You know, I'll explain in another video where my dog went after a flock of turkeys because she's a predator and that is, you know, her instinct. But so I just wanted to do this video, and to start, I use Dog Watch brand e-collar. I love this brand for a couple reasons. One, they have incredible customer service. This collar has a lot of features. I'll go over those in a second, but overall, my experience with Dog Watch has been just amazing. You know, every time I've had a problem or, you know, an instance where the collar just wouldn't turn on, or, you know, I needed a replacement, you know, the little prongs here that screw on and off, they're kind of hard to get off sometimes. Nope, they don't want to come on, which is good. They should stay on. But, you know, they've been really good with, you know, my requests and their warranties and their promises with their products. So Dog Watch, love them. They're great. So to start off with what this particular collar does, in order to turn it on, there's a 1 arrow here and then 2 arrows, and it lines up with what is on the remote. So it just, you touch them together, there's little magnets inside actually that will turn it on. It turns on there. To turn it off, you just touch it again like that. So there's no risk of you accidentally, you know, clicking a dial or pressing a button, turning it off in your pocket. You actually have to have the collar and the remote or receiver in your hands to turn them on and off, which is kind of nice. So, you know, like I said, that won't be getting bumped in your pocket when you're out in the field and your dog's collar gets turned off, and you don't, you know, notice it. So this is on. I typically keep my dog at a level 4. Sometimes I will have to turn her up, but generally I just use letter A here, which is vibrate. So I will demonstrate the vibrate right now. Just a quick little vibrate, and it actually will light up. And then B is kind of a quick shock. It just is a little buzz, and then correct is kind of a little bit longer one, in case your dog needs a little extra correction. This is a 2-dog collar, so you can have more than 1 dog on here and just click back and forth, you know, as needed, depending on who needs to listen and who you need control of, which is nice. It does go up to 12, a little further, 15. I've never had to turn it up that high. Generally, the highest my dog will get is at 8. Like I said, if she's really just going after something, even a deer in the field when she's not supposed to. And this also does have, what's it called? A sound, or like a Audible Beep for dogs if you want to use that instead. I know some people like beeping, or a lot of dogs who are overly sensitive to different stimulus or stimuli, they will do better with just a beeping sound rather than a vibrate or a shock sensation. And so this one really, really, really awesome feature that I love is the fact that it lights up at night, per my control on this remote here. So it actually has 2 LED lights. So let's say you're letting your dog out to go potty at night. Can't really see her in the dark, or your dog is black and they're hard to see. Right there, nice bright LED lights, and that's just me pressing it on and off. If I were to press and hold this button, it would stay on and flash like that, which is kind of nice. Like I said, if you're out if it gets late hunting and you're in the dark and your dog, is a darker color or you can't see as well, just turn that light on. And so that's pretty nice. One thing I do want to mention about e-collars is when you are using them, be sure that your training is correct, that your dog knows commands before you use an e-collar. That is a huge mistake that a lot of people make, is just putting an e-collar on and starting, to correct them basically when they don't know what they are being corrected for. They don't know your commands to begin with, so correcting them for not listening will do absolutely nothing but traumatize them and cause issues in the future that can even cause fear and aggression in your dog. So when I first started training my dog with an e-collar, she was maybe 2 months old, right when I got her, a little over 2 months old. And she was off-leash trained within a few months, for sure by 8 months, if I remember correctly. And I had to train her. I had to layer the collar on top of those commands so she would understand what it means. And we still do drills all of the time. She still gets corrected sometimes. Generally, all she needs is a vibrate. Like I said, it's that little tap on the shoulder from a distance, a reminder for them, like a little tug on a leash that you would give. It just, gives you an extra sense of security and your dog an extra sense of safety when you are out letting them run. I keep mine on a little lanyard here. This is actually a Primal Pet food lanyard. Another great company. We use a lot of their products. This is actually the cat one, the cat promo lanyard that they did, but whatever, it works. So yeah, that's the e-collar. Turn it off here quick. And as you saw, it was green. Sometimes I will turn it on. We'll wait for it to flash here. See, it's flashing green. When the battery does start to go low, that will actually start to flash red. And sometimes if I don't notice and I don't charge it right away, this bar will go down. Another feature I forgot to mention, this is the range indicator. So that's how far the dog is away from you right now. We are right up and close, so it's full bar, but as she goes further distance, these bars will actually start to decrease. So if you are, like I said, out in the field, if you're a hunter, if you're a hiker, whatever your case, you can see if your dog is coming back or if they are continuing to leave or go further. So there was one particular instance I remember where these bars kept decreasing and my dog was not coming back, so I did have to turn up that correction to get her to come back. So that is nice, especially if they are out of view. You can see kind of what the range is. This is an older collar. Like I said, I've had it since she was a puppy. I've only had to, send it into the manufacturer once for something that was wrong because it is a few years old. I forget the exact range, but some collars, most of them I think are up to a quarter mile, 3/4 of a mile in range. Some of them will have a few miles in range, actually. There are some collars that even have a larger remote with a full LCD screen with GPS tracking and all that cool stuff. I don't need all that. Not in my interest or needs right now. This is perfect for what we use it for. But if that is something you are interested in, definitely do your research. Find out how many dogs it can have, 1 or 2. Find out, how you turn it on, what the features are, the beep, the vibrate, the shock, how many levels there are. Yeah, that's the basis of e-collars here. I got the blaze orange here. Like I said, we're out in the field a lot. We don't hunt. I don't, at least. She's not trained to hunt, but we do go hiking a lot, and we are out in the country where there are hunters. So in the instance that it is hunting season and I do have my dog loose by me, she will have an orange collar on. Sometimes, she will even have an orange vest on. I'll have an orange vest on. It's just that extra safety you can put in place. Generally, we don't do too much loose adventures during those few weeks of hunting just because of that. But if you are a hunter and you use dogs to get your birds, or if you want to have that extra little precaution for that blaze orange. That was an additional thing I got. The collar did not come with the orange. It was either black or orange, so I chose that extra. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Like I said, do your research the company, the reviews on their products, find out what features they have, what you need it for. As I explained in another video, you may even want to look into the different contact points. Some companies have longer contact points that can go through, double coats or long-haired dogs, because these do need to be touching the skin in order for these collars to work. Besides, obviously, the vibrate, you can feel it throughout, but this is primarily where that shock comes from, is these two contact points with the skin. And it has to be both. So like if I were to shock right now with one finger on, it wouldn't work. It has to be two contact points on there with the skin in order for it to work. So if you have a longer haired dog or a double coated dog, shepherds, huskies, Great Pyrenees, you're going to want to look into those extra contact points so you can be sure you're getting the best use out of that collar and you are not wasting your time, money, and risking your dog's safety for not having that in place. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.